Hi Aries, welcome to your General X spread. And this is a very popular reading that I do in my private readings, and I get a lot of you guys asking for them. It's been a really long time since I've done them on my channel, so I figured I'd do it for you guys in between things. So this is a subjective read, right? So it's going to be from the perspective of Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus partner. From their perspective initially, we're going to be talking about their blocks initially, and then I'm going to be pulling. So hang out though, because then I'm going to be pulling for the relationship after that, for the outcome of the relationship. All right, so first let's pull for their blocks. Okay, so we'll start with a Wisdom of the Oracle. Let's see what we have. Chaos and conflict is their challenge. This is their block, the chaos and conflict of the relationship. Okay, for whatever reason, their fault, your fault, it doesn't matter. Like, just that is what is blocking them. We have the 12th house, which is the house of the unconscious, subconscious, not unconscious, subconscious mind, right? So Pisces. It's also the house of self-undoing, self-sabotaging behaviors, and it's also where we are, by, you know, really the most spiritual. It's really, technically, it's where the veil is the most thin, but this is where they're very blocked. Okay, so there's something that they're not seeing that's really trying to penetrate them spiritually and emotionally, maybe from the other side, some sort of message coming in. This could also be them getting in their own way with some sort of addiction, right? Because addiction is at play here, is at play in the 12th house as well, possible addictions. Then we have Sagittarius, which is about moving forward with integrity, luck, and expansion, because it's ruled by Jupiter. But this is a block. They're having a hard time moving forward. They're kind of like, yeah, they're definitely kind of stuck here. Because then we have the moon energy, which is everything that we feel inside, right? Definitely like an internal, not discussing with anybody. This has to do with unseen problems. Them being in a space of trying to trust their intuition, but they're having a really hard time trusting themselves right now, and having to do with your connection. They just don't trust themselves, because this is the block. And what happens with the moon, because the moon rules Cancer, the 4th house, what happens there, we call for the 4th house the house of home, right? But it's also the house of the stories that we tell ourselves. So you always have to be careful when we're in our moon energy, when you have a moon energy, particularly if it's in a block position, that we're telling ourselves some false narratives, right? So they may be telling themselves some false stories about how things have actually gone in reality in this relationship. And then we have, this also is a block for them, Uranus. Uranus is all about the future. Okay, Uranus is about revolution, breakthroughs, looking at something different, really having insight, waking up to something, allowing these unexpected twists and turns to happen in life that do happen. I'm getting that you're dealing with somebody who just didn't want to deal with that, didn't want to deal with all of that means. Waking up to things, maybe the potential for it to be different. You know, trying to make these changes within the relationship towards them being different. And then we have the 7 of Swords. So, and that is a block, okay? So when we have the 7 of Swords, this is about dishonesty. This is about running away. This is about betrayal. This is about theft. So some of them, first of all, could feel like you quite literally maybe stole from them, lied to them, something like that. You know, this is a block for them. Maybe they felt like you were wearing a mask. You said one thing, you did another. That could be the situation. But their block, though, is in being able to move forward. And listen, this does not mean that you were dishonest at all. This doesn't mean any of that. This could be that they were dishonest, that they were the ones who ran away. Again, it could be that. But I do get there was a lot of chaos and conflict. Maybe you both ran away from each other, and then you were both trying to find each other again. But there's this block as far as, you know, what does the future look like? Where am I going? The block is having Sagittarius, it's, I can't see myself moving forward, kind of thing. They're very blocked. There's no question. They have analysis paralysis when it comes to something regarding this relationship. Definitely blocked. They don't want the chaos and conflict. They don't want the challenge. They don't want to do that. but they're being challenged and blocked by the story that they're telling themselves at the same time. So this is something that needs to be acknowledged. Oh my gosh, we got the High Priestess in reverse. That's the blocked energy. That's exactly what that means, right? Blocked intuition, clouded insight. Okay, and that's in the past. This is where they are now. Okay. Okay. So we already mentioned this, blocked intuition. Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups is a Mars and Pisces energy, right? This is about family contentment, total love and support, wanting to have that family vibe too, right? Children, the home, all of that stuff, right? But there was something that they were not able to see. Like literally like clouded insight. Something was being blocked from them that they weren't able to see. And we have the Eight of Swords. And the Eight of Swords is all about self-imposed isolation and imprisonment. And they just started to feel very isolated, very alone, you know, but not being able to like move out of it, right? Because this is a Jupiter and Gemini energy. When Jupiter is in anything, it expands it. And Gemini is all those thoughts, right? And what happens when we have expansion of Gemini's restlessness and feeling like they don't belong anymore and just feeling left of center and feeling like I wanted this at one point, but I don't feel like I want it anymore. And this is not the right thing for me. And having a lot of anxiety about it. I mean, this is the 3 a.m. card, Nine of Swords, Nightman's anxiety, grief, depression, confusion, all of this stuff has been this past energy for them. So there was like, they were blocked from something and just feeling like very trapped in the situation. So right now we have the Hierophant energy, which is the marriage energy. Maybe you guys are broken up, you got back together. I don't know. I mean, this is an X spread, but anyway, because the Hierophant can indicate celebrating the sacred in your relationship. This is about traditions and expectations and conformity and being all of those things. So this could very much be where their mindset is now, right? Very much where their mindset is now. And you could be in the situation where maybe the person was married and they're focusing on their own marriage, whatever the case is here, but so many different ways this could, show up, manifest here. We have this working with the Hangman in the reverse. So Hangman is a Neptune energy. Neptune rules the 12th house, and we got the 12th house here. But this is about selfishness, right? And really feeling like a victim and feeling like somebody was a traitor to them. Again, does not make it true, but it does indicate that they're in this space of being super focused on themselves, identifying themselves as the victim of something, feeling like they ended up getting the lousy end of the stick in some way, having to do with the situation. And then we have this working with the Sun reverse. Now, the Sun reverse is still positive. It's just delayed. So it's delayed gratification. And this does also indicate like, could be temporary depression, but they're in this space of waiting. It's like they're waiting for you to call them, or they're waiting till they feel better to call you, or they're waiting for something to change. They're waiting for something to change. But then we have the Tower. And the Tower is, this unwanted change coming in, this upheaval, this light being flown on, right? And realizing that something has reached its expiration date, the red flags were being ignored, everything was there, but nothing was being acknowledged, okay? And so it ends up being the situation where it's like, no, this is done. I can't do this anymore. This is a Mars energy, guys. And Mars is all about bringing us from a path that we're not meant to be on, then onto the path that we're meant to be on. That's why Mars is connected to the Chariot, which is connected to Cancer, right? Chariot is about action to incite change, moving away from toxicity towards Cancer, which is all about feeling grounded, safe, and secure. Now, this could literally be, because let's say the relationship is over already, obviously, right? So what could this tower mean? The tower could also mean having a tower moment as far as their thought process, and them having this full come to Jesus wake up moment. That certainly is what the tower can mean, because it's the falling down. In that case, it would be the falling down of a set of ideas and ideals that they set up for themselves as far as how they think relationships should be, how they think marriage should be, whatever they think it should be. Them coming to a point where they're realizing, oh my God, like I was so blocked. How am I not seeing that how did I not see it like that? And them coming to the realization that they need to change their mindset. Okay. Now, for others, again, going back to the initial interpretation of it being like this unwanted change, this ending, they could be in this space of finally accepting that something is over. Okay, so it could resonate either way. You're going to know how it resonates. But this is certainly like, there is like, I cannot think like that anymore. The way it was can no longer be. There's just no question. Now, how do they see the relationship potentially working out from their perspective right now? Is Ace of Cups. So Ace of Cups does indicate a new proposal. This indicates marriage, renewing your vows, welcoming a baby, anything like this. This is how they see things happening, the potential. And then we have the moon. So, I always say with the moon energy, the moon is about unseen problems, voluntary changes, trusting your intuition. But the moon also rules the 4th house, which is the house of home, of roots, of feeling grounded, but it's also the house of the stories that we tell ourselves. So this can indicate them feeling things and thinking things inside of themselves without being very forthcoming. And then we have this working with the Knight of Cups, which is about a Prince Charming, Princess Charming, some sort of romantic proposal, some sort of idea, proposing something to move forward. Then we have this working with the Temperance energy. So the Temperance energy is really beautiful, alchemical energy. It really is. It's Sagittarius. It's Sagittarius in astrology. And it's about what do you need? What do they need? What does the situation need? What does the relationship need, right? It really is about balance, harmony, patience, self-control, moderation. Values, though, too. Values are important, right? The Sagittarius energy is about integrity. There's got to be integrity, and there's got to be integrity. There's got to be trust established. So I have to tell you, Aries, I'm feeling like this person is definitely going to want to get back with you. But there's something that they're not going to be telling you. They're not going to be totally honest with you about something. There's something going on behind their eyes, between their ears. There's something going on there that they're not going to be sharing with you entirely. Okay, moving away to a better space, making the decision. The stairs are all about making a choice. Okay, let me show you. We have this. We have the flying boat, which is transitioning. It's like, we're gonna look over everything, the obstacles, the challenges, the negative emotions. We're just gonna move on from there. We're gonna focus on whatever good can be salvaged from this. We have to just make a decision and a choice to look at this situation a lot more deeply than we've been looking at it, so that we can get past the conflict. And this has to be something that you guys promise each other and not just work independently, if this is something that could possibly work, because there's definitely like two sides to the situation going on here. Clock is ticking. Here we have needs time, takes time, time and cycles, time to heal. So you might feel like you need more time to decide on something, process something. They may feel like they need more time to either work on the relationship, or maybe you guys end up reconnecting and I'm not ready to get married yet. I'm not ready to move in. I'm not ready to have the baby, whatever it is. There's addiction here, and addiction is always about imbalance, and this is something that needs addressing because this is about codependence, obsession, possession, controlling, but whatever it is, there's some sort of block or restraint that's at play here. So this could quite literally be like addiction, greed, envy, materialism, obsession, sexual lust, something like that going on here. That definitely needs to be addressed because we have this with the self-indulgence. Focus on self-work, self-worth, shadow work, time to heal. So somebody really needs to feel like much better about themselves because it does seem like that's an issue here. And we have mask, not showing true feelings, hide, personify, pretend. Kind of like with that mood energy, you know, somebody not being completely forthcoming. And then we have passion and seeing chemistry, like each other, equally having fun. Let's get some clarifiers for these. Conflict is a necessary step in the growth process. Be patient. This will pass. We got that clarifying the clock energy, which is about need time, take time. Then under addiction, the codependent obsession, we have this relationship makes me feel bad about myself. You're too hard on me. Clarifying self-indulgence. Focus on self-worth, time to heal. Doing that shadow work, the shadow work that we were talking about. The mask has fallen off. Look at this. And then we have the next card is the mask. Not showing true feelings. I need more time to figure things out, but I don't want to lose you. So somebody may be reconnecting with you, but still being rather unsure about how they feel. Now you may, because this isn't only them. When we're talking about the oracles is your shared energy. So this could certainly be you being in the space where like, I don't know, you know, we need more time. And then clarifying passion, we have our connection still affects me. I still feel you on my soul. So there's no question that there's a lot of passion here. There's certainly, or at least there's a deep connection. Some sort of soul connection going on here. Sometimes it's inexplicable. Like sometimes even on the surface, like, I'm not sure if I'm even physically attracted to them anymore, but I still really want to be with them, you know, kind of thing. Where, you know, and that means you've transcended the superficial, which is actually a positive thing. But there's definitely this connection here that I'm getting. So this is going to be, these are the final outcome energies. Okay. I just want to pull a last card to see. How does this person feel about Aries? I'm not accepting reversals for this one. How does this person feel about Aries? The Fool. That's beautiful. The Fool's a Uranus energy, which is all about the future, doing something brand new, fresh, different, fresh hope, taking a chance, right? New adventure. So we have the Nine of Wands. Okay, so this is like what the tarot was saying about the future of your relationship. So the Nine of Wands is about, you know, maintaining boundaries, but still feeling a lot of persistence about really wanting to work on this. Well, look at them. We have the Nine of Cups, which is so nice. This is about wishes coming true, material abundance, and things going really, really well. And then we have this with the Ten of Wands, but they're in reverse. So this is about taking a break and just finally saying no to all the nonsense, right? Saying no to the manipulation, no to the no, all of that. It's just freedom, lightening up. Finally, we could breathe. Let's just go have a good time. Emperor energy, excellent energy. This is about, first of all, faithfulness. So if that was a jam in this whole mess, this idea, the Emperor really is beautiful, very faithful energy, leadership energy, really wanting this fresh path with this new perspective. This is about respect and being able to plan something. Maybe not having everything figured out. That's okay. This is like ideas are popping. Ideas are popping at least. Right? Now we have this working with the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. And this is about doing the repair work. That's what it is. I mean, this is like where the repairing gets called in. Now, there may be like a lack of focus or ambition at the same time. A couple of things can be true here, all right, where you guys are like working on fixing the relationship, right? But you want to make sure that you focus on the right things, A, and then B, try not to get too tripped up in any like level of perfectionism. Now, this is not only for you, this is for them also. There's no such thing as perfect. It doesn't exist. It just doesn't. So if you're trying to repair it, there's got to be these allowances for slip-ups, for reminders. There have to be, you know, it's you know what I mean. You know, if somebody did something in the past, either you did it to them or they did it to you, and you guys reconnect, as this all indicates, and you guys are in this repair stage, you have to be very willing to cut each other a break and really step back, put it in perspective. At the end of the day, how much does this really matter? Will I be upset about this next week or next month? You know, and kind of pull back and just communicate effectively that, you know, you don't appreciate that they did A, B, and C, and they have to be able to do the same thing to you. That's definitely the energy. And it was kind of like a long explanation, but it means a lot when it's in the reverse. Is it's really good in that, again, it's repair work. But while you're in that state of repair, you want to be, you need to be cautioned about not expecting perfection, because there's no such thing. Okay, so that is what I have for you, my friends. I love that we got the full fresh path, new perspective. It's very much a starting over from scratch kind of vibe here. If that's what you want, if you don't want to go back to this connection and you want to start something brand new, that's great. Then this is just not your reading. We're energetic beings. We're not robots. Don't ever think you're a puppet to the energy. This is just the weather available to you. All right, so that is what I have. I hope this was helpful in some way. You guys take care. See you next time. Bye-bye.